Good day, folks. Today we're going to be taking a look at the game Aquarium Survival of the Fishest. Now in this game you are going to be playing a fish in an aquarium trying to survive different things like poop, a cat's paw, and other fish. So let's take a look at it. In the game you're going to pick one of these fish over here and then you're going to place it anywhere over here on the board, just so long as you don't have fish that are next to each other or in the same space to start. What you're going to be doing in this game is you're essentially going to be trying to be the last fish surviving in this tank. Now everybody is going to be receiving one of these little cards over here, and you're going to be getting some little marbles that you're going to be placing on these different spots here, and these are going to represent different things. This represents sickness, this is stress, this is hunger, and then this is damage. Anytime one of these rocks ends up landing on the X, this is going to end up killing off the fish. Now throughout the game these numbers are going to be going up and down depending on what you do. So on the board you have what is called the cat's paw, and this is going to be going down 2 levels and it's going to be moving around like this. Anytime the cat's paw hits a fish, it's going to cause the fish to take 5 damage. We got some cards over here. These are the cards that you're going to be drawing, and these are going to basically be instruction cards. I'll show you one. This one says move all food and poop down 1 space. Human taps on the glass. All fish gain 1 stress point. Gain 1 hunger. Move the cat's paw. So essentially you're just going to draw the cards and then do what it says. Now if you'd like to do an advanced game, you can go ahead and receive a special ability card. These will do different things. I'll just show a few of them. It says when you eat a regular yellow food, it fills you up 4 instead of 2. So quite a lot of these cards here. And then you also have the dead fish cards. If one of the fish ends up dying in the tank, they're going to end up drawing these cards. And these cards, pretty much the same way, they're going to have instructions on them. And you're simply going to go ahead and just follow what the instructions say. So, say I draw this card over here. This one says gain 1 hunger. So I'm going to go ahead and move my hunger piece up by 1. And then it says add 1 of each type of food to the top of any columns. So there's 3 different types of food here. There's going to be red, and there's going to be green, and there's going to be yellow. So let's just say for now I decide I'm going to go ahead and put the food over here like this. If a fish eats a green piece of food, this is going to decrease his hunger by 1, decrease sickness by 1. Yellow will decrease hunger by 2, and then red will decrease hunger by 3, but it will also increase the sickness by 1. Now the way poop comes in is a fish can actually do this on his turn, and it'll actually help relieve stress, which I'll talk about. But anytime a fish poops, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put a poop below him. Now if another fish ends up on a spot where there is poop, it's going to increase his sickness by 1 point per poop that is in there. You can have a maximum of 3, and these things are going to be floating downward, and once they get to the bottom of the tank they're not going to be able to move further anymore. So on your turn, you're going to draw a card, and after you've gone ahead and fulfilled the card, you will have 4 actions that you can do. You can move your fish, attack a fish, eat a food, poop, or just rest. Now, each of these are going to count as 1 action, and your fish will have 4 actions. So you can do 1 movement 4 times, or split it up however you want. So let's just say I happen to be this one over here. Let's just say I went 1, and then 2, and then 3, and I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and attack this fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this die over here, and I ended up rolling a 3. So this fish is going to go ahead and take 3 damage, but I also get to decrease my hunger by 1 since I rolled the 3. So another thing I could do is poop, and so let's just say I decide I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll put one right here. What the poop again is going to do is that is going to go ahead and relieve the stress level by 1. If I decide to eat a food, let's just say this fish was over here, he could float up here for 1 action. If he decided to eat the food, that would count as an action, and he would just simply remove the food, and then he would get the benefits of whatever he ate over there. As far as resting goes, resting you're just simply not going to do anything, but when you rest, this is going to, it'll decrease your stress by 1, your sickness by 1. So there'll be some cards that allow you to move the cat's paw any number of spaces. So let's just say I happen to move the cat all the way over here onto this fish. So any food that the cat gets is going to be out of the game, and since he hit this fish is now going to be receiving 5 damage. If the cat's paw ends its movement on a fish, it will push the fish 1 space further in the same direction. And throughout the game, things are going to start getting harder because there's going to be more poop coming onto the board. And essentially what's going to happen is you're going to try to become the last fish standing. So my final thoughts on Aquarium Survival of the Fishest. Well, if you've ever seen The Hunger Games, this game kind of reminds me a little bit of The Hunger Games. It's an interesting theme, having a battle going on in an aquarium where you've got a cat's paw, you've got poop, you've got all these little different elements trying to combine together. There's numerous ways you can try to kill another fish off, with damage, with sickness, with stress. So there's a lot of different elements going on in this game. Now, the interesting thing about this game is how it's balanced. I have noticed that with everything that you do, there could be a consequence. So it's kind of like you take a risk. You can try to go ahead and attack a fish, but you can get attacked back. You could try to poop on a fish, but every time you do that, you're going to end up having to get a hunger. You can try to go up higher, but you might get hit by the cat's paw. So there's a lot of balancing that goes on in this game. Now, another thing I like about this game is that you can adjust the difficulty level. One way you can do that is you can just put pieces of poop on different places of the board as much as you want, and that's going to increase the difficulty of the game more because you're going to end up getting sick if you hit the poop. So all in all, I think it's an enjoyable game. It's definitely a little bit different as far as the theme. Now, I also want to note that this is a prototype, so the actual version of the game is going to most likely look different, and some of the rules are probably going to change as well. But all in all, we like the game. All right, guys, that's my review of Aquarium Survival of the Fishest. We'll catch you later. Keep on gaming.